And hello everybody, you joined me up in Merritt, where we are stuck for the moment. Woo! Sorry, it's windy out here because Merritt is like Chicago apparently, and it blows wind everywhere here. I've seen tumbleweeds come out of nowhere. It's a desert too, so you know, Canada, it's April, so it's windy and sunny here, but you know, in Hope it's raining cats and dogs, man. All right, enough complaining about I mean, not the greatest fan of the black sludge on the bottom of the oil fill cap. What does my coolant look like? Oh, that's coolant. Okay. Hard to see. So, I went to Canadian Tire. I found a prepaid Visa in my wallet. Lord above, it had $48 on it. So, I got a propane tank, one of them little guys. I got a can of Seafoam and a, Richard Petty's STP engine oil treatment. There's no Berryman B25 up here, so we gotta go Seafoam. And apparently, I didn't know this until today, you can just add Seafoam to your engine oil crankcase. I thought this was just a fuel additive. I guess not. It says 30 liters, or 30 milliliters per liter of oil. So I've got the 4.2, which is a whopping 6 quarts of oil. So stupid measurements and conversions standing there in the aisle with my little notebook trying to remember what the hell I'm doing. And figured half a can will work. I think it came out to like 180 some odd milliliters. This is a 470 milliliter can. If I just dump half it in there, should be good to go. Oh, it doesn't have a little gauge on the side. I thought they had a little clear line on them. Okay, let's get you in here. A little annoying that you can't record and flip the camera at the same time. But this says add 1 bottle for every 4 or 5 liters of oil at oil change or in between intervals. So this is a 6, so it's 5.5 liters, 6 quarts. Sorry, I didn't say that earlier. But yeah, we're gonna just a whole schmuck of it. Woo! Everything reminds me of. And we'll just close that. You kids all know how this goes. Grab your keys. Now first is sticky, reverse is park, second is neutral, and it'll stick in second. Trailer park boys. I mean, it sounds good. Sounds a lot better. I don't hear it ticking. Oil pressure! Yeah, heels! Now, I'm gonna let it idle for a minute. Love watching a 6L pull a trailer with no effort. And then there's a squatted GMC because it's got a flat deck on it. Also, that's the Edison crew with their new little cab overhead in the golden. Bye bye. Well, heading back to Merritt, coming down Clapperton. Lost oil pressure again. I might just cannonball it all the way to Hope and say fuck it. Well, she's a little bit white out. Just following this guy. We're doing 70 up to Coquihalla. I'm heading back to Hope. I'm done with this oil pressure thing. I'm gonna wait till Tuesday when I get paid, and I'll get like an oil pump, do like a coolant flush, probably figure out, see if I need to do like an oil pickup or anything. Maybe drop the pan and all that. Anyways, we're gonna try and make it back to Hope. We're about just past Mine Creek, so 60-70 kilometers still. Be there at this rate in an hour. That's a little crazy, but better safe than sorry. And I'll never say no to going slow. You know, nothing wrong with it, especially with a older truck and a camper. Don't mind going slow. There's Brayton Creek. It's like the halfway point. You end up building a lane of cars behind you because you're doing like 60 and can't see you because you're playing the great Canadian whose lane is it anyway. But you know, it's the Coca-Cola. What? Anyway, hello, welcome to Dan the Mechanic. Today we're at my buddy Colton's shop. The truck sounds like a horse, and I don't know why. Metal stress, maybe? The exhaust manifolds? It sounds like it's coming from the exhaust manifold area, so we'll just pretend it's that. Just remember, kids, if you're doing anything sketchy, double down on it. What you do is you use that one like a fulcrum, lift up on this side, and wait till it sits on both of them. And then bang. You have a nice level truck under 3 well-supported systems. Haha, no. No, I just don't have enough jacks. Try me. Okay. First off, I want to tell people this thing fucking sucks. Whatever the hell oil filter wrench bullshit this is, I hate it. That sucked. Anyways, we got the filter off. Barely, to say the least. The oil doesn't look terrible. I mean, it's not shiny. Right there is the oil pump. I gotta pull that off. The oil pressure sensor is right above it there. I don't believe it's a sensor problem. I think it is just the pump or the pickup. As you can see there, that's the front main. I can't tell if it's leaking there, if it's leaking from the pump. But then all around, there's some oil everywhere, so keep advancing and see what happens. Okay, so we're just reading the manual here. So for oil pan removal on a 2-wheel drive, apparently you have to lift the motor 2 inches up, I guess, to pull the pan out. And yeah, caution, do not use jack stand under the pan itself. It is cast aluminum. What they mean by that is that cross member there. I jacked up on the control arms. I almost went for it, but I'm glad I didn't, because apparently that is a no-go. And also a no-go is using Sharpie as a highlighter, but we're not going to go there. Anyway, so I'm looking at the oil pump. I got the filter removed. I just got to pull 1, 2, 3, 4 10 mils, and it looks like 2 8 mils. Guess, but you know, we're working with it. And those are those 2 gears I was talking about. We're going to see if anything in there is broken. And then this is the pickup tube inside the motor. And those are the 2 bolts and 1 bolt that hold it on. And then we're going to try and do that if this looks okay, because this is attached to the timing case. So I really want to make sure the pump is okay, make sure the timing gear is all good. Yeah. Okay. I don't think we'll have to lift the motor. If we do, I'm sure there's a torch. We'll make it work. Okay. Now it's time for the Jimmy rig of getting the oil pump out of here. I got all the bolts off. And I should be careful in case there's any loose bits or pops. I'm not sure if there is. Okay. Come on. Come on. Nice and gently now. Okay. I can see one of the gears that didn't come off, so I'm just gonna try it. Come on. Get down. Okay, that one fell into its home. Ah, it squirted. Okay. So like I said, that's the bump. That's a cat. Meow meow. Alright, let's go take a look at this thing. Okay, so here we are with the oil pump. Cleaned out. I don't know if it looks good or looks bad yet. I haven't done enough research for that. But there's a bit of scoring on the bottom, a bit of scoring on the sides. On the main one, or the main gear, where the input shaft pulls in, I don't know if they're meant to be rounded edges, but they are. And the teeth definitely look a little worn out. There's a bit of wear on that tooth there, you can see, on all of them. I don't know if that's enough for the oil to slip past and not build pressure. And there's the bottom of that one. There's scoring a good amount on it. And again, those beveled tooth gears, I don't know if they're meant to be beveled, but they are. And this one's quite worn on these teeth as well. So if we put that one here, are you too good for your home? Get in your home. There you go. That's how they look. It looks all right. But I don't know if it's meant to be loose up and down or side to side, but it is. Okay, so we're up top looking in the cooling system, and I don't want to say it's good, but I'm not going to say it's good, because it's not good. Let's just take a peek in here while I squish the hose. Huh. Also, that hose is, we'll call that in good shape when they're fuzzy and furry. Well, it's not glittery or anything, which is nice too. But for changing the oil on video a month ago, that is pretty warm. I forgot to give you every code in these Haynes manuals. So if anybody needs a code for 1998 F-150, there's a few of them. Okay. And to try and clean the coolant as best as I can, I've been just dipping a cloth in, shaking it about. It's kind of like removing slag from a forge, you know. The cloth picks up most of the gunk, drips off the good stuff. Yeah, look at all that grime on there, but that's looking better. Oh, everything reminds me of her. Here we'll get. Re-swish. Okay, so after using a bit of hose I found laying around, I got a bottle of coolant. A little bit of dirt in there from the hose. It really just looks like worn coolant. It doesn't look like mixed coolant with oil, you know? Like there's that green haze to it through the orange. Makes it just look like used, you know, worn out, a little tired. Kind of like all of us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have new parts. After dealing with crappy delivery times and calling about everybody I know and hope trying to get a ride up to Lordco. Oh my God, I got hiccups. Anyways, I got a filter installed. All right, step 1, done. Step 2, oil pump. Yes, we're still working on this. I believe this is the main culprit. I'm really hoping it is. And if it isn't, I'm just screwed. And at the parts store, I had to get coolant. I'm glad I actually went up there and didn't get it delivered, because if I got it delivered, I would have been delivered brand new Duramax coolant. Yeah. I don't know if the lady there picked the most expensive bottle off the shelf, because when I was there, it seemed to be it. On the front of it, it says GM Vehicles New 2015 16 Plus. I don't know. So I'm very glad I got that coolant figured out, so we'll have the right coolant to put in it. So after a bit of looking, I poured a bit of new oil in both of them, just to see if I could like feel a pressure difference. If I go over here, I get a little bit of speed behind it, I can build resistance against the teeth, but they don't ever stop. They don't ever feel jammed. I come over here, spin it back as far as it'll go before it has a really hard time pushing. And then I spin it back and it just jams right there. Oh, gave a bit of a spurt. And then it jams again, I guess. But yeah, it's this tooth that jams on and then jams backwards again. So I think this gear system, or these two gears, might not be very good. Now it's time to fill the oil. Shebang. I'm going for 5W30. It's in the hole. He's in the hole. Air filter sitting out. Thank you. You sit on the hole. God, you're stuck on. Back off. This is the stupidest air filter Ford has ever made. But it works. There we go. Make sure it's on those little pegs on the bottom. I have changed colors to look like the bottle of oil itself. I like the same texture of growth. Oil's in the motor. Check level. In the middle, which is good because I'm sure some of it is still running down through the valve train and galleries and pump and oil filter. Derby. Huzzah. Put those down. Which means I probably only need a single bottle of concentrate just to fill the rad and tap it up with the water. Now you want to make sure you're wearing gloves and not get coolant on yourself. Don't drink it. Oh shit, I dropped that in there. Yeah, just fish that out. Come on now, Bessie. There you go. There you get all the shit out there. Yeah, coming up hot. We're gonna ride over one night and Jack and dimes of the devil close behind. We're gonna ride. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the road. I'm just gonna go spin around the block, see how it sounds. I don't hear anything in the motor, which is super nice. I don't think we damaged anything crazy. Shaking the truck around as much as possible because that's what used to kill the oil pressure. It's still there. Give it some booms. Yeah, feels all right. And so now I start the trip up to Calgary. So here I'm leaving Hope, coming up Highway 1 as we're rolling through Boston, Barn, Yale, going through all the tunnels of Hell's Creek, or Hell's Gate. Saw my dad up there at the traffic stop. He's working as a flagger, so that was cool to see him before I took off. Lots of traffic on the highway, but it wasn't too bad. Of course, here, we got the classic train crosses highway, so got to wait for 30 minutes. Get out towards Kamloops, or this is towards Cache Creek, sorry. Heading towards Kamloops through, I believe it's called Sonoma and all that. Might have that wrong. Phone keeps falling over. I need a good phone stand. I don't have one, you know. And I believe, yeah, here we're coming through the Kamloops, doing all the crazy windy roads at, I think it's 80 or 60 they have it there, and then the 16,000 stoplights at the end of Kamloops. Then blast through Kamloops towards Chase, Salmon Arm, and that's where I'll meet you here. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am in Salmon Arm. I'm just at the Tim Hortons now, grabbing a coffee and a wrap. It's been about 3 hours on the road, 340 kilometers done so far. Used just over half tank of gas. So fill up in Salmon Arm. It'll be in Golden in about 3 hours. So that'll put me about 9 o'clock with time change, so it's not bad. Wish I could have left like an hour or two earlier, but it's not. Hi there, can I get an extra large double with 2 milk, 2 sugar?
Extra large, 2 milk, 2 sugar?
Extra large with 2 milk, 2 sugar, yeah.
Got it. Anything else?
Yeah, can I get a cilantro lime wrap?
Cilantro lime grilled chicken or cilantro lime wrap?
Crispy chicken.
Sorry?
Crispy chicken.
Cilantro lime crispy chicken. Are you willing to wait for around 4 to 5 minutes because it's in the
Yeah, by the time I get up there, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sorry?
By the time I get to the window, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay then. See you there in the anything else for you?
No, that's all, thank you.
Okay, it's gonna be $12. Yes, thank you.
Brother. If it's gonna be about 5 minutes, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars ahead of me, I will assume the chicken will be done by the time I'm at the window. Not to laugh at me for that. Come on. Chicken to China, Chinese chicken. Drumstick, keep sticking. I'll watch the next one. Also, lights off. Hurts.
On debit?
Yeah. Thank you.
Extra large coffee? And rather.
Thank you.
Your wrap over here, thank you.
Thank you. Why'd you like grab my hand? I didn't appreciate that. But that is Three Valley Gap. That is probably my favorite looking hotel in BC. Does it look like The Shining? Kind of. It's always given me that vibe. It's that big red one there. And I've always loved it. I stopped at the Forbidden Forest, or the Enchanted Forest, for a minute. I decided not to take her or stick around for too long because I don't have anybody to enjoy it with. But I can enjoy this as I pass it by, as I always do, because I don't think I've ever once actually stopped here. I want to see like the trains and stuff that they got. Anyways, we're heading back onto the highway out of this construction zone. And remember, kids, don't speed in construction zones. Kill someone, and it's like a $200 fine if you're like 2 kilometers over the hour. So it ain't even worth speeding, if you even could. All right, let's put you back on a time lapse here, folks. So here I am, leaving Three Valley Gap, like I said. I wish I could have got to see the trains. I wish I could have got to see a lot more on this highway, actually. Everything from the last spike, the CN or CP historical site, Lake Louise, a whole bunch of other, like all of the little exits along the parks highway, all of it was closed. So sadly we didn't get to stop and see anything cool there, but got to see some other cool things, that's for sure. We're in Berta. From 2 a.m. to 1:59 a.m. Huh? What does that mean? I mean, I think so. Hey guys, it's Dan the mechanic. I'm in Calgary. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Back there, that's the WestJet like ski lift that can take you across like this part of Calgary, essentially. Oh, it's a chilly one tonight. It's I think it's -2, but Lord praise the wind stays down. It's a little windy, but it's not bad right now. I'm gonna walk to the Calgary Tower, and then past Saddle Dome. I hope I don't get towed, because I'm in a public parking lot, like the only person in this parking lot, right? But my fucking debit card can't be used on that fucking machine. They just don't accept it. I have the $18, but it was only gonna be valid until like 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, which is like 4 hours from now. So $18 seems like kind of a waste to me, honestly. But there's the skyline. Oh, it's so fun to be back. Oh, I haven't been here in a couple of years, and when I was last here, it was for a lot sadder of a reason. And oh, it's just jittery walking around. I want to try and find a Pizza 73. Could use a bite. Okay, so I'm on my way back to the truck because I figured I don't want to leave it there just in case I do get a ticket and towed. But the Saddle Dome, I'm so upset. I came like 4 hours late to the last home game. But I hope to make the playoff game in Winnipeg. I want to make at least one outdoor show at MTS Center. Anyway, here's the BMO Center. This is crazy, by the way. I'll have to get some better shots for you guys. But I'm here. I'm standing in the concourse of the Scotiabank Scattle Dome and the BMO Center. Yes. Hockey Town 1. Out of, I don't know how many, but I guess this is maybe going to be a thing, I think. Or this is going to be on today, tomorrow's, yesterday's video. Yeah, sorry this didn't go out on Wednesday. I've been driving and busy, obviously. But here we are, the Saddle Dome. And here we are by the banks of the Bow. By the Saddle Dome. Yeah, that's right, we're still over here. It's crazy, even just from across the parking lot, everything has like a different view. And it looks so cool in every direction. Like that just looks like a dome arena. I saw these guys and I thought they were pretty cool. Look at this one. It is indeed not his first rodeo. Came all the way to Calgary just to make that joke. I should get lined up. I should get a joke lined up for every city I get to. Look at these ones. Something representing the like a water run. Probably the Bow River, I'm assuming. Or the Bow River. I keep pronouncing that wrong, I'm sorry. That's crazy. That is a horrible looking stairwell to go up and down. Ba, ba, ba. I did the thing. I'm in Calgary. I'm at the tower. I gotta like lean over to see it. Oh, I gotta try and get a very similar photo to the one at the CN Tower, but there's no like good base to it here. Why am I filming me? Like I said, there's no real like base to it. I mean, I can't see anywhere that would be accessible. It all looks inside that building. But I guess the lowest form of foundation or concrete is over here, so. Now I'm obviously gonna go touch the big building, but look at that! Every man's dream is to have a view like this. Boom shakala. That is the base of the Calgary Tower. That's awesome. I'm gonna put you here so I can try and get a similar photo to what I got with me and Michael in Toronto, because we're here. Look at it. It's so red. Also, they're just like tearing up Broadway over there. What the hell is this? Funky. Anyways, Sky 360. I don't know if I have been in this maybe earlier in life. Dude, yeah. Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. Didn't that movie come out a while ago? Oh, it's supposed to be a remake. But anyways, yeah, I was in the revolving restaurant in the CN Tower with my buddy Michael from Flowdraulics. I have been in the Vancouver Spinny restaurant, but we're not going to show any of that. And again, just concrete on the base just to be safe. I hope I can get up there while I'm in town, but if I can't, I shall return for it. but at least I have touched the base of every major Canadian spire. Yes. That's pretty cool. A hollow man slaving away at work for apartment rentals. Well, thank you everybody for watching. See you next time.